Hello world, it's me, Julian Venables, the London Astrologer, and I'm here to tell you today about the Mars conjuncting Neptune in Pisces and also a couple of other aspects that the Sun is making over the next couple of days. Well, I'm really glad to say that the weather's come back gloriously here in England today. There's still some cloud, but the sun is shining. The birds are singing in the trees, and it's very nice to see this latter part of summer as the sun is now soon to reach its conjunction with the North Node in Gemini before the eclipse next week and the beginning of summer. So it's very nice to be in the garden and things. Today I'm here to tell you all about what I'm seeing in the stars at the moment. It's Mars conjunct Neptune. In fact, it just happened already this afternoon. But I'm going to tell you about something different today with how to understand these aspects, and I'm going to be making a little bit of prediction. So we'll see what happens. Right. So here's the board for what I'm going to talk about today. Basically, Mars, planet of action, energy, assertion, leadership, conjuncts Neptune, the planet of ocean, deep sea, dreams, imaginations, but also a sense of dissolution or letting go of something, at 20 degrees of Pisces. Now, the conjunction is a beginning, this aspect, the conjunction, when two planets meet in the same place. So Neptune and Mars are meeting at 20 degrees Pisces. Mars is the faster mover of the two planets. Mars will be going ahead of Neptune quite quickly, and it'll be on the 9th and 10th of April in 2021 that Mars makes its next very strong aspect to Neptune, and then again on the 3rd and 4th of September 2021 where Mars makes another very obvious and very strong aspect to Neptune. So I'm going to call these dates out today for prediction, and I'm going to say whatever's happening today is going to be reflected on these dates next year. So that's going to be interesting. So I'm now going to show you what I'm reading in the papers, okay? Because it's kind of happening, right? So Mars conjunct Neptune in Pisces. Well, I'll bring the board back up in a minute for the rest of the video to talk to you about the other things, but this is the headline for The Guardian today. I don't know if you can see this. This is, we are on Saturday, the 13th of June, and so The Guardian today has two quite big headlines, and this graphic of a map of the economy taking a dive. Now, of course, Mars conjuncts Neptune. A dive would be very Neptunian, and so here comes the headline: UK heading for worst recession in more than 300 years. That's The Guardian today, and I'll get back to this other headline in a minute. But let's look at the economy. You see, this is very interesting because today they've announced that we're going to have the biggest recession of all time, or pretty much all recorded time, which is quite interesting because Mars conjuncts Neptune. Mars is a direction. We're meant to be moving forwards. What are we moving forwards to? A big dive? Very interesting. The Daily Telegraph doesn't actually... Oh, it does, but it's a small entry here. Hang on. It says, there we go, on the front page, but it does say, economy suffers largest ever collapse. So the announcement is that the economy has dropped more than 20% since April. And Financial Times Weekend says pretty much the same thing. Johnson pressed to relax 2-metre rule after economy collapses 25%. Again, they have a dive, a great dive, a sort of into the ocean type of effect of the graphic going. It goes up, sort of up, and then it goes down like this, and it's kind of like reading it like. But it's the announcement. It's the official announcement that the government is now saying, okay, today we're going to tell you that since April the economy's gone down. So that's an announcement. That is a conjunction because it's the beginning of something, of an announcement. So we can go back to the board in a minute and check those dates again. So, now there's other things as well, but I'll come back to this in a minute. So, Mars conjunct Neptune. Well, Mars is leadership. Mars is action, drive, and energy. But when it's in Pisces, where is it going? It's not direct. It's diffuse, and it's spread everywhere. And when you pair it up with Neptune, then you're looking at a sense of possible tiredness, weakness, and irritability. That's kind of what we're facing at the moment. A lot of people might feel very, very fired up by this, by their dreams and imaginations, by their idealism. We need things to change. Yes, we do, very much so. And we're dreaming that change. Yes, we are. Mars conjunct Neptune in Pisces. Pisces is like, yeah, we feel it. There's a collective movement, which is Neptune in Pisces. One of the most important of the collective signs. A very dreamy sign of like, what's next? What can we create in our reality? What can we manifest that starts off as thoughts and concepts and moves into other things? So Mars conjunct Neptune has a lot of strength to it in the world of the mind, or in the world of the imagination. When it comes to actual action, in the physical world, as it were, it's more of a slightly stranger effect. It's a bit kind of there is an energy, but it's not forwards or direct. It's multi and everywhere. So there's a sort of sense that when the government announces the economy is crashing on a Mars conjunct Neptune in Pisces, look at these dates: 9-10 April 2021. That's the beginning of the new tax year 2021, which is very interesting. This is 3rd or 4th September 2021. These are very big kind of like turning points as well. This will be when in April, 9-10 April, well, the sun will be in Aries. In 3rd, 4th September, it'll be in Virgo. But basically what we're looking at here is these very challenging times that will reflect the news today. Economy dropped 20 to 25%, relaxing the 2-meter rule. I mean, think about that for April next year, because, well, we'll see what happens. But these are very important dates, because this is when Mars meets Neptune again. And next time, in 9th, 10th of April, Mars will be in Gemini, another mutable sign. This is, again, a mutable configuration. So we're looking at adaptability, change and variation. And then in September, Mars will be in Virgo, making an opposition to Neptune, which will be the action opposing what happened. When there's a sense of like, maybe we should have done something and didn't, or something like that. So these are very, this is an interesting thing. This is some prediction, and it has a very much an idealism feel to it. Now, some other couple of things today is this weekend, Sunday, and then on Monday and Tuesday, we've got Sunday. We've got the Sun making a semi-square to Uranus, and then we've got the Sun making an inconjunct to Pluto. Now, this is interesting because the Sun is the figurehead. It's the illuminated one, the one who stands in the limelight, essentially. So that very much is a politician or a famous person or someone who would be easily noticed and recognised, would be the Sun sign. So if you take that to media and take that to how the world is, who's stepping forward, who's on stage. Uranus and Pluto are connected by the Sun tomorrow and Monday, and this is like similar to the Uranus-Pluto square that we had from 2012 to 2015. Again, what we're seeing here is the economy. This whole idea of the economy at the moment. These are announcements that are coming through, and there's a bit of an aftershock bubbling up here, and someone is now standing up to represent that. Sun in Gemini, Of course, that will be the Prime Minister. It'll be Boris Johnson, is the Sun, and he is a Sun Gemini, and it is his birthday coming up next week. So, you know, a couple of things here that kind of indicate this Uranus-Pluto effect, the after effect of the Uranus-Pluto square from 2012 to 2015. There's something different coming through, and I think actually this almost deserves a video of its own. But this was the sort of like the revolution. This was the Arab Spring. It was the thing that led to Brexit. Uranus-Pluto square led to Brexit. Between 2012 and 2015, it was the things like the immigration row and, you know, and the Britain's getting too flooded with immigrants and things like this. And now, of course, someone's standing up to say something different. Interesting that Nigel Farage lost his job with the London broadcasting radio station the other day. His voice is no longer valid. No one wants to hear his voice anymore. And so it's interesting now how we're going to have a figurehead standing up to say things. A semi-square is a determination, is a persistence. It's pushing, it's continuing to push. It's a bit like a minor version of a square. So there's a pushiness to it. Uranus in Taurus, of course, is very much the result of Brexit. You know, this is a change in our values. It's a change in how we deal and work with money completely. So there's something about, you know, continuing to push. The figurehead, the Sun, continuing to push and be determinate about making changes to our values, to the economy, etc. You know, and then afterwards here, the inconjunct is an irritation or an awkwardness. The very same figurehead, maybe a different one, is then awkward about Pluto in Capricorn. And Pluto in Capricorn, folks, is the corruption, the level of corruption that we're at the moment. All these people, the government, who know they're corrupt, I mean, they absolutely know that they're doing it all wrong. Of course they do, you know. I mean, I don't want to be political here, but there's a sense of like, well, what direction are we going in? You look at these newspaper headlines and things, and there's a kind of wallpapering going on, you know. There's a deeper level of corruption, so they can't really complain when people are wanting to make idealistic movements. You know, they can't really complain because they know themselves that they're deeply corrupt, and there's an irritation or an awkwardness about that. That Sunday will be interesting to see what they say in the papers, on the news, and that coming through to Monday as well. On Monday, Tuesday, we've got Sun quintile Saturn, Sun in conjunct Jupiter. Again, this has got to be about new ideas. The quintile is actually very talented, a very good aspect, so it's got to be seeing things differently, seeing the structure differently. And then the inconjunct to Jupiter is like, well, we should make some changes now, you know, but they're not quite ready yet. And I think what we've got to have is that Jupiter-Saturn conjunction, which will be December the 21st, 2020. But this is about I think getting a little bit inspired. The inconjunct, again, this idea of awkwardness or irritation, is because Jupiter wants to expand, wants to bring good opportunities, but it's in its fall this year in Capricorn. It's not very particularly well placed in Capricorn this year. So the Sun might be saying, yeah, we've got to do this, we've got to do that. Yeah, don't worry, everybody, it's going to be all right, you know. And the Sun quintile Saturn is like, yes, we can restructure things. We've just announced that the economy is crashing. It's crashed 25%. Yeah, it might not recover. Boris Johnson today is saying, hey, everybody, go shopping on the high street. Yeah, that was another big headline. If I just get that up again, actually. That was another very interesting headline. So I'm just going to bring that one up for you because let's have a look. Hang on. We've got, here we go. In the Times today, Saturday. Get out and shop. PM to tell Britain. He's trying to say Johnson at the heart of high street revival plans. That was announced on a Mars-Neptune conjunction in Pisces. Hey everybody, go shopping. You know, let's get back out into the shops again. On a dissolution Mars-Neptune, right? And so the 9th, 10th April 2021. What's the high street going to be like in April next year? And again on the 3rd, 4th September 2020. What's the high street going to be like then? Are people shopping or are they all doing online? Yeah, has everyone gone online to do their shopping? You know, what's actually going to happen to the high streets? I mean, you look around now and a lot of them are boarded up, you know. So anyway, don't mean to get political too much, folks, you know. I could do other things, but you can reflect all this in your own lives, you know, as well. It's quite interesting, isn't it? You know. So anyway, that's a Mars-Neptune conjunction for you. I'm a very Neptunian astrologer, and I hope that you enjoy these videos. And I hope to speak to you again soon. I'll be doing a video again in a couple of days. I'd like to remind you to please subscribe to my channel, which you'll find here, the red button below the screen, somewhere around about here. And also please give me a thumbs up to like the videos, somewhere around about here. And you're very welcome to leave a comment, thank you, on the video. I will put those dates into the description box underneath the video, because I'm going to refer to this video back again in April and September next year, which will be interesting. So do subscribe and you'll keep in tune with how I do these predictions. As above, so below is what I say, and that's why I've been showing the newspapers today. So I hope you have an excellent weekend. I hope you enjoy this upcoming week, last week of spring as we head into summer. I'd like to remind you that I give astrology readings. My website is londonastrologer.com, and I teach astrology as well, so maybe you'd like to consider that. And I'm also doing a webinar very soon, which you can sign up to. There's a new page going to be appearing on my website next week for Zoom webinars. So do please sign up and come and join the online discussion. Have a great weekend and speak to you again soon. Bye for now.